It is I, Katie, and welcome back to my channel.
Your season of occupation. It's time to send in your application. Get to know your short-term friends. You only talk to till summer ends. The best way to spend your day.
We are going to be talking about what it's like to be a theater education major, specifically at MTSU. Now, I don't know how some of this stuff compares to other colleges or universities. I'm assuming it's very similar, but I thought it would be cool to make like a video, especially since before this I made a video on, I think it was my college experience in general, and I kind of went over my education classes in that video, but I just thought I'd make a separate video talking about the different things I learned and that I'm excited for my senior year. So let's get into it. I made a list on my laptop. So I'm just going to go over like 5 different things, and this is specifically for theater education. I don't really know how this compares to other majors. Like, I don't know how it compares to being an English education major or a history education major, so I'm not really sure, but this is just my experience with theater ed so far. I have done 2 semesters at MTSU as a junior. I'll be a senior next semester, and I'll be continuing with theater education major, and next semester I'm taking some really fun classes. One of my classes I'm taking is theater in the classroom, which actually leads into our first topic. Number 1, it's different style of classes, especially for theater education, I think is really fun. So at MTSU, I call it theater in the classroom. I think there's a specific name for it. I don't exactly remember what it's called. I play a lot of fun theater games that you can use in your classroom when you're teaching whatever grade level, and that kind of, you can play the game at the beginning of the class or however you want to. I'm so excited to take that class. I love playing games, especially theater games, so I'm really excited to take this class. It's gonna be really fun, and a lot of my friends are in it, so I'm really excited. Our second topic is unique lesson plans. Now, if you don't know what a lesson plan is, it's basically like an outline of what you're going to teach your class that day. A bunch of different details that I won't go over because lesson plans in general have to be very detailed. It's basically something that you want to give a substitute teacher who's like subbing for your class, for them to look through it and understand, okay, this is what I need to help the class with today or what they need to work on. You also make that for yourself so you have an idea of what you want to teach your class. But for theater specifically, when I had one of my classes, I don't remember what class it was called, and so the class was basically about making lesson plans, and specifically obviously for theater. So we would go over kind of the different objectives or what you want your student to accomplish by the end of the week or the month or whatever, however long your lesson plan is. And then we would talk about like our activating strategy, which is kind of like an activity that will slowly lead into your main concept or main goal of the class. Let's say you're teaching your class improv or scene work. So you're teaching class how to do a scene or scene work. Your activating strategy or activity that you would do probably would consist of maybe charades or improv, and that would just kind of get them kind of up out of their seats and figuring out, you know, the different characters and how they can use that for scenes. So I always loved making unique lesson plans in that class because I'm a very creative person, a very imaginative person, so I would always like to make my lesson plans very detailed and unique. Like one lesson plan I did, they were learning about Greek theater. You can make your own game for activating strategy, and then Google has a ton of stuff that you can look up. Like for improv, there's a game we used to play called Freeze, where 2 people go up and they do a scene and one person in the audience says freeze, and then the audience member will go up and tap one of the actors on the stage, and then they will switch and then continue a different scene. There's a different name, multiple different names for that game called Freeze. If you're a theater education major and you need help finding activating strategies, there are a couple websites that I've found that I've used in my classes, and I will link them down below so you all can get a look at them. Our third thing is, at least it's important for me, it's called a praxis test. I think it's like a prerequisite test or something. Didn't get like a 21 or higher on your ACT, you have to take the praxis test. That's how it is in Tennessee. I don't know how it is in other states or in other places, but I'm assuming that is the same. So a prerequisite, if you don't know, it's a thing that is required as a prior condition for something else to happen or to exist. So basically, I had to take a praxis test before I can take any like YOED classes, which is just like education classes. Last semester, I took the praxis test the first time. I didn't do very well. I didn't pass, and it is common to not pass the praxis test the first time because it is a very, very detailed test. I have to take the core education, which basically like math and science and literature and English all together. Core combination, I think is what it's called. I have to take that, and then I also have to take a theater edition. Again, I don't know if it's different for, I'm assuming it's different for other subjects. There's also a background check and the thumbprint. I think those are together. I'm not really sure. Next one is residency, which I'm really excited for this. So residencies at MTSU, there is residency 1 and residency 2. Residency 1, I believe, from what I understand, you go in and I think you like observe a classroom and then you teach the classroom. Residency 2, I believe you're like fully teaching. So I have not done those yet. I'll do those next semester. So my second semester, my senior year, I'll do Res 1, residency 1, and then when I come back, when I graduate fall of 2025, that's when I'll do residency 2. That is something that I'm really excited for, and that I think is going to be really, really fun. The school, I believe MTSU sets you up with the school, so I'm really excited about that. It's going to be so much fun. There are some classes that require you to do like observation hours. So like I took a classroom management class last semester, my second semester. So with that class and a couple education classes, I believe you will have to go and observe. So I believe it's always 8 hours. You go in and you observe a classroom and you kind of take notes or whatever your professor tells you to do. We got a packet of, how did the student do? The mentor teacher would fill out a form. How did we do? How did we interact with the students? Did we teach the students? It's kind of, you're observing a classroom and whatever grade level you are. And that is not, the observation hours are not specifically for theater, they're for education classes. I observed theater classes because that's my major. Number 5 is new experiences. I experienced so much my first year as an theater education major, and it was a lot. There's so much stuff to do that we are required to do. I don't necessarily know if we have to do this, but it's very encouraged by the professors at MTSU in the theater department to get involved. I would highly encourage you, if you're going to MTSU and you are going to be a theater education major, get involved so much. I did costumes for the dance concert, and then I'm doing props next semester for the production at MTSU, and I'm really excited for that. If you're a freshman, you have a couple years to figure it out, but I would start thinking about, a general idea of what you want to do. I had always been on the stage, and I always have, but I started working backstage more, and it's really fun, especially if you want to learn more about behind the scenes. I think taking a directing class I did my second semester helped me with that different point of view so much, and it was really fun, and I really loved being involved with everything and seeing a different point of view from it all. I experienced so much, and it's really fun, and I made so many good friends last semester, and I'm excited to make more friends. That is what it's like to be a theater education major. There are probably other things, probably multiple things I didn't go over. I'm very happy that I chose this major, and I'm very excited to continue it and be a senior next year and take new classes and make new friends. I hope you all enjoyed the video and have a wonderful rest of your day or whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys later.
Let's clock out, you and me, wander around West County. Take my hand, shop and see, only get paid hourly. We can couple, I can drive, listening to Jackson 5.